story that has brought about a lot of conversation and debate. The presence of thousands of Pakistani nationals in the country has continued to elicit debate, with questions being raised over their status and their perceived extreme freedom that has seen them roam freely within cities, estates and roads. The government has since indicated that the controversial foreigners are on transit to Saudi Arabia and will only be here for a 2-week quarantine before proceeding with their journey.
Reports have it that on Wednesday evening, police laid siege on nearly 30 hotels across the city of Nairobi, where an estimated 5,000 Pakistani nationals had been residing for more than a week. The foreigners were then bundled into tents of buses and driven to Mombasa Road Gardens apartments, where their travel and identification documents were scrutinized and verified.
You know, there was a rumor that a lot of people are here illegally. And most of these people have come through the airports. They've applied for visas. They've had visas. They've had stamps in their passport. So they're all legally over here. So, you know, what the police could have done is just ask them for their passport, just look at the stamp that they have visas, and let them go.
And although the police swoop was sparked by uproar from Kenyans on social media, the move might have done very little to pacify the situation. There has not been any explanation as to why the foreigners, despite being here on quarantine, they have been roaming freely, interacting and mingling with the locals in estates and in the streets. Interestingly, the presence of the Pakistanis in the country forced the government to break its own directives on the use of school buses to transport individuals or groups of people other than school children. More than 5 buses from public schools were involved in the transportation of the foreigners from Mombasa Road Gardens to their hotel rooms. Since their arrival more than a week ago, they have been seen in Athi River, Buruburu, Kasarani, Ongata Rongai and Syokimau. Those who spoke to us confirmed that they were traveling to Saudi Arabia to work as plumbers and to offer other unskilled labor on a salary of between 30,000 to 50,000 Kenya shillings. Kenya was listed among 3 African countries for exit for people traveling to the Middle East and United Arab Emirates, UAE.
They're genuinely here for not any other purpose. They're here for transit. They're transiting to Saudi Arabia. You see, Saudi Arabia has put a law that anybody traveling to, maybe a resident or a visitor, they have to quarantine outside Pakistan or certain countries for about 14 days.
The foreigners indicated that they had the option of making their journey through Dubai or Bahrain, but the 2 stations are closed. They also said that being in Kenya was cheaper and more affordable to most of them. Yet, save for the directive by Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho that a crackdown on illegal immigrants be mounted, the government has been reluctant to give full details regarding the presence of thousands of Pakistani nationals in the country and how they gained entry. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
Now, Kenya will take over the affairs of the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, starting tomorrow through the month of October in this year as a